The house is still lit every night. There are footsteps, dishes, the TV in the living room. But there is no laughter. There are no more late-night conversations. There is no more unexpected hugs from behind while cooking. They live in the same space, sleep in the same bed, but they are like two strangers, quietly avoiding touching each other, both with their eyes and words. We don't fight anymore. But that's not peace. That's silence. That's distance. Those are two souls that gave up. Not everyone gets a divorce by court. Many marriages have long been dead, but just haven't been buried. Distance in marriage doesn't come like a storm. It comes like winter, getting colder day by day. And by the time you realize it, there is no more warmth to hold on. They used to love each other passionately, used to stay up until 2 a.m. just to tell each other stories from their school days, used to plan a whole week for a weekend date. We used to understand each other by looking at each other. No need to say anything. But then, life got busy. Work, children, food, clothing, and money. All of it swept away what once made love. And then, each person lived in their own world. He buried his head in his laptop. She curled up on the sofa, hugging her phone. The only story they shared. Did you eat well today? There is no loneliness deeper than being with the person who was once closest to you and still feeling alone. She lay next to him every night, but her heart was miles away from his. She remembered the questions that used to make her feel seen. How are you today? You look sad lately. Is there anything you want to say? Now, instead, there were silences. Cold, long. No one wanted to start a conversation, for fear of being ignored, for being too tired to explain, for being used to living in parallel. He was lonely too, but he hid it in his work. He calls it a temporary disconnect, but it's actually a growing rift. There are marriages that don't die from infidelity. They die from stopping trying. Each person pretends that everything is fine, to avoid a difficult conversation. But if they don't say it, if they don't change, if they don't start over, then the people who used to belong to each other will only be roommates, sharing a room, sharing a schedule, sharing children, but not sharing a heart. The question isn't, do we still love each other? But, do we still want to love each other again? From strangers to lovers takes time, but from lovers to strangers, it only takes a few months of not caring about each other. If two people used to love each other, they can absolutely love each other again. Start with the smallest things, like spending 15 minutes a day just talking. No kids, no work. Writing each other a surprise message. I miss you from the past, and you now. Reorganize a date. Like when you first fell in love, ask each other the familiar questions. What are you thinking about most these days? And most importantly, stop living like roommates. Start living again like the two of you who chose each other. This life is very short, my friends. If you have decided to enter married life, you both have to try really hard to make your married life happy. Don't think about giving each other a pair of rings and then using that as a chain to restrain each other for life.